Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Aries for May of 2020. For all of you that are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month, and we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you during the reading. I guess it makes all of us Aries. Sorry, I'm trying to move my angel cards out of my way so I don't knock them on the floor. Makes all of us Aries named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think these cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and the message is people do not cooperate unless they want to, or they are motivated in some way, let's say, to cooperate. So they gotta want to, they gotta need to. This month, we're the one that stands at the head of the pack, kind of, finding that way in where there is a common value to get people to be on the same page. Now, maybe a lot of this is going on for us, because we're home, maybe the kids are home, the husband's home, the wife is home, however that works, or the mother, father are staying with us because of the virus situation. A lot of us are still in the lockdown state here in the United States, so I don't know about everywhere else, but I'm assuming perhaps maybe you are too. So when I think about that, perhaps that's why. And we Aries are leaders, and we accomplish a great deal. But like I said, people cooperate usually because of their own motivation. The only other way they will cooperate is if they want to or they absolutely need to. We'll find that line there where everybody can get it together. We have really good words here. There are simplicity, freedom, resilience, light, and wisdom. And I think we're going to probably end up bringing a lot of healing light and leadership qualities to the forefront. This month we have a little bit of hard decisions or choices that I can see in these cards that may come up, but I know we are going to handle them well. We're going to handle them wisely just because of our word down here being wisdom, and we're going to handle them in a manner that keeps us flexible, resilient, moving, forward and out of the fray is what Spirit's saying, like mainly out of the fray. Maybe by the time you get these, a lot of us may be starting to go back to work. Others of us, we may not be able to yet. So it's a pretty tough time. But we are going to make it through, and make it through well. Because the first card we have here is the Three of Rods or Wands. I don't know why they changed the name on them, but this is when someone is ready, willing, and able, right? To hang on to what we have, what he or she has, by staying in calm control of a situation, knowing there's absolutely no need, like for impulsiveness or being hurried or things like that. That's our word here, simplicity, coming right down the line there. I look at these words, I'm thinking, wow, it's like this is the time for acting, being mature, being responsible, which we always are, be mature in a responsible manner based on common sense. And that's one thing we have a lot of. We Aries have a lot of common sense, and taking things firmly in hand. And I think that's what our original message is about. And this card basically goes directly with it, that we're going to stand up and, we'll find that common denominator to get people to work together, so we're simplifying our life. So we've consolidated some kind of a situation. For each one of us it's going to be different, maybe business, maybe an enterprise, something like that, where we can now begin to expect like financial gain, um, and by clear definition the role that we want to play in the world at large. Like, this is who I am. I'm Aries. I've evaluated myself and I know who I am, and no one's going to quite change it. So this kind of attitude draws like helpful people to us, helpful circumstance. So establishing a solid foundation is going to be important this month for our business or for our occupation, because Rod's energy is usually business, financial, type stuff. Um, so when we do this, we can expect cooperation from others to help us to succeed. And that's like finding that common denominator, where everybody fits in, where they can work together. And so at this point, we'd be really clear about who we are, and because we are clear about who we are, right? Um, Others, they just like respond to us in this kind of really positive manner because of our self-confidence. I don't mean overconfident. I mean self-confidence, like confidence in how this is going to work out for all of us in the end. But it's this responsible kind of energetics that's going to, what Spirit wants me to say is going to bring us the furthest, the fastest. So think about what it is, that is important to me. I can't put these down in any one area of our lives. It's because they're just general readings, so you have to place it where it belongs in your life. But our next card here is a really good one. We have the Nine of Pentacles energetics here, so this is independence from financial concerns. And a lot of us have been worried about this, so it's independence from financial concerns and worries. There's like an abundance to be gained by that common sense and properly managing, like the proper management of all of our affairs. So it's a time of arrival, it's a time of having accomplished and feeling very secure in our lives for the general portion of us. So we integrating all the factors of our life into like a very secure base, and that's going to become really, really relevant and extremely important for, and I think maybe because a lot of us have been discouraged financially, because a lot of businesses shut down, our way of lives have changed, things like that. So we're deciding, how is it we want to live, the rest of our lives? Do I want my life, screwed up and worried and that kind of energy? And we don't do that well. We don't like that extra worry energy in our lives. We want to know, feet on the ground. Are we safe? Are we secure? This card is showing that yes, we are. So we'd be enjoying like kind of like money, resources, physical energy coming back into play, like, and everything combining together in a smooth flow, a really smooth flow of energy. So plenty all around us, which is, sometimes hard to believe, but if we really look, we have a way through, above, and beyond, and getting others on the same page and cooperating with us. So plenty all around us, material well-being, order, safety, success, and our lives would be like a really nice, well-oiled, kind of coordinated reality, well-oiled machine is what Spirit's saying. So I think we're going to do like this responsibility, energy, step up to the plate. Okay, everybody, I want you on the same page type action. I need to simplify my life, basically with these words down here. And I need to be free to do it, and you're all wearing on me. So let's get everybody to cooperate. Let's get everybody on the same page, and this little Aries is going to feel a lot better about it, when everybody's on the same page, because the next energy we have here is the Hermit. So actually here we have 2 9s in the same reading. 9s are when we've completed something, completed a cycle also. I'm trying to think about that energy. It also is an energy of humanitarianism. So maybe some of us are out there in positions where we are serving the public and leading, maybe some type of team or stuff. But the Hermit energy itself, it's a guide figure, and it means that, well, it means sometimes a hermit is waiting patiently, right? Knocking in our little noggin up there saying, Aries, pay attention to me. If you go inside and sit, meditate, pray, quiet your mind, I will give you or lead you down the right path for you. So sometimes we're really actively involved in doing this, involved in the invisible world. We're meditating, maybe praying, maybe getting visions of things, but we need quiet. We need space. We need our word simplicity to kind of find that place within us, so we can actively participate sometimes, or turn off the phone, like, don't call me, I don't want to hear from you until I'm ready. It's that kind of energy where staying home, which is the energy of what we all are in right now, turning within ourselves and seeking solitude, which is a difficult thing to get right now. If it may be cleared up for all of us by the time this reading comes out, but for a lot it won't be. But actively seeking solitude, trying to gain some inner perspective or inner guidance, and the Hermit is always available to us. Always. All we have to do is request. The Hermit lights the way forward. As you can see, carrying its light there, it's going to light the way forward. And we have these 2 good cards right before this Hermit energy coming up, which tells me maybe if those of us that are being inundated by other people, maybe we want to just take a little time, little respite, and back away, back off, and go within and get things that we're going to have to do, or things that we know we're going to have to face. Get the answers that are appropriate for us. So what Spirit's telling us is, I think we're going to be like the leader of the pack this month in some form, maybe work life, maybe at home, where we're going to have to, get everybody working together, get them all on the same page, maybe some tough decisions that we have to make in order to do that, but we are going to do it because we're natural leaders, and we can, if we really look, we can see the value each person holds, and like where they intersect in our lives, to give them the reason why they'd want to be all on the same page with us Aries, if that makes any sense. Because the next card here is the Devil card, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's, of all the things to get, Devil card is energetics of bondage. Now, A lot of people say this is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and it can be, maybe spirits telling us don't hit the hooch too much in this confinement type energy, but it's a card of bondage, like when we feel as if all of our options are shutting down, or we don't have as many as what we used to, but we have the ability kind of to look at situations, right, and look at the limits and look at the boundaries that are in our own lives right now. But usually the devil card is our own self bondage, is what it means, where we're bound to our material possessions, our status, things like that in the world. But when I think of the devil card, personally, I think this Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn, the Lord of Karma, right? In a discipline, like Capricorn energy, Lord of Karma, discipline. So to me, the Devil card, if used appropriately, and we have the energetics of the Hermit, the go within and be guided energy. We can build castles in the air and castles on the ground. And by that I mean we can use the devil card as a manifestation energy based on our value system and the energetics of knowing what it is that I want. What is it that I need in my future going forward, and bring it down through our feeling. And since Saturn's the Lord of Karma, lessons learned and learned well, and bring that which we value and want in our lives into fruition now by keeping focus, keeping calm. We have the energetics here with this Three of Rods energy that is telling us this calmness of purpose, not using I'm using my common sense. I don't have to rush anything. All that kind of energy is coming up around the devil. So when I go within, find out what the Hermit is illuminating for me, then I can use the devil card in a right, appropriate manner to manifest in the earth plane through the feeling of what I know I truly value and want in my life. So I think a lot of us are going to use this for manifesting energy this month, and there may be others of us that are saying, the hell with it. I'm off work until, the middle of May or whatever, and I'm just going to screw off and take a break because I worked too hard, When I was working, I was working too hard and too many hours, or that kind of energy, and I guess that's okay too. I think, whatever relieves the stress and whatever allows me to remain sane, calm, and collected is the right thing for me, maybe during this time. Whatever, it's like what floats your boat. But I think for the majority of us, what we're going to do is use that devil energy like in this responsible manner for manifesting this Three of Rods, which is the more calm, secure, focused type energy, doing what it is, whatever it takes type energy to get to the Nine of Pentacles, and having the Hermit shine the light on it and saying, what is it that I really want in my life right now? And what is it I am going to want when I step out the door into the future? If that makes any kind of sense, because our next thing here is the Eight of Swords. So that's like, it's the same, it's kind of related to the Two of Swords, but the Two of Swords, the lady with the two swords crossed across her chest, and she's pretending everything is great and fine, and everything's love and light and peachy keen. And this one here, then that two of swords is called denial. But with this one here, the 8 is we are completely conscious of the choices that are available to us, but despite being conscious of them, right? That despite it, there's a feeling of being trapped. Being trapped, either being unable or unwilling at this time to make a choice. So therefore, we're in some type of painful state, So a lot of times it's seen as a really negative card because she's bound, And this one here, this deck of cards, even her mouth is covered up, so she's not going to speak about it either. But these swords, the premise is they're stuck in sand, in the ground, She could, her feet aren't tied up. She could, wiggle out of these really loose bindings, but, she's not doing it. She's not making the choice because she thinks there's an obstacle, around her that, is holding back, or he or she holding them back in some manner or way. But we're not without the resources to change it. We aren't without it. We can change matters. Bad situations are temporary. Bad situations around this are usually temporary, and we are not without the resources to make whatever changes we need. So we don't want change inflicted on us. So the best thing I can think of with this card here is to shake off those things and pull off that blindfold and speak our piece. We know we have to make a choice. We just aren't speaking what we need or want to change. And I think the Hermit energy this month, if we go within, we're going to know what our personal selves, need or want to change. And we're going to speak it. And if it doesn't change, right, we are probably going to figure out a way. How do I want to say this? We are probably going to figure out a way in some manner to get it to change. And I think that's that energetics of in the beginning message, like everybody get on board, get on board and do the things that we want. Do what we require, not want, but what we require done during this time, So when we go in with that devil energy and the Hermit together, we go within. We decide what is it that we're moving forward towards, right? And I think we're moving forward to that 9 of Pentacles energy and making decisions and choices, which to some of us may seem hard at the time, but they're going to give us our freedom, like our word down here, and our resilience back. And once we have set that in motion and asked for it to come forward, then things will flow. And that's what way Spirit's telling me to say it. Can't make up angels. The card we got is ask. Get that into that Hermit energy. It says, ask us to help you with this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is free will that allows you to make your own choices and your decisions. Own decisions. So we patiently await your request. We Aries are strong people. And it's very rare for us to ask for help, or ask for when someone says this or this needs to be done. We Aries are the ones that are doing this, this, and this. We're first on board, moving forward. It says this card serves as a reminder to ask for the angels for help more often. The angels can help with any and all areas of your life, including bringing you ideas, maybe for creative projects and downtime, ways to make more money in the downtime, courage, faith, confidence, and clarity. They can also help you with material needs such as money, time, health, vitality, and they can help with choices that we have to make when we whip off the blindfold. What's the right choice for me? Ask for whatever you need instead of complaining. Ask for help. Ask the people in your life to help you. Sounds like our original message, because the next word is delegate. Hire others to assist you. Request help from your angels for everything, no matter how small or large. Well, Aries, that's our reading for this month. We might get a couple blips, but I know we'll get everyone on the same page and move forward. And that's our reading. So I want to tell you, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment with me, all the information's over at the website. That's down in the About section below the video. The two short videos over there. One explains a prayer class I put out there for you guys. The other one explains the sutras. Prayer class is comprehensive. It's 2.5 hours long. It explains how you format prayers, why you do them in the way you do. It's like that. And the sutras are simple thought forms that you put in a 5-minute a day meditation that enhance the clear perceptions. They're very useful for this kind of work or for any kind of psychic development work. They're specifically for this. Well, to to all of you I've met, sorry I'm laughing, I'm wondering what we're going to do with the devil card, because that's going to be fascinating and the reading's too long. So to all of you I've met for 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you, it's been an honor, a privilege, a pleasure, and a joy to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.